Good morning, listeners and viewers. This is Shiloh Media Broadcasting Service. This is News and Views. We are on to News and View again this morning. We are going to be looking at some news as we have on our dailies and news. Agboola. And
Jerry Alomatu.
Jerry Alomatu, you're welcome to this program.
Thank you so much, sir.
We advise you to stay tuned to this program so that you can enjoy all that we have for you today. And we are admonishing you to follow and like us on our YouTube, chilo.media.online, and our Facebook, chilo.media/face for FCT workers. We also have on Channel News that Obasanjo calls Nigeria failing state, which berates Tinubu's leadership. We also have on Punch, 4 dead as Monday sit at home turns bloody in Anambra. Also on Punch, we are on immediate payment of the new minimum wage. The new minimum wage, in fact, with the current situation of Nigeria today, What do you think? What do you think? What is the welcome in the mind of workers who are at the moment facing hardship?
When we're talking about this minimum wage, I feel it is long overdue because before now, it is something that had been revisited after the organized labor welcoming development because it's going to affect these workers.
That is great. We'll go on a short break.
Okay, you're welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Tishilu Broadcasting Service where we talk about the news and views. We've been talking about a beautiful one and Mr. Oluwafemi. I've been talking about the new minimum wage that the FCT has actually approved. And we've been talking about how it is going to be welcoming and both arms are going to be receiving this new development. Basically, like I said earlier, for those who have been with us, I said it is a long overdue project because the organized labor have actually clamored for this for over months before it was given a go, but it has not been implemented.
Minister of Education, Mr. Kayode, was arrested and detained by the State Police Command for allegedly sodomizing the minor at the school. The suspect had allegedly told the survivor to behave like a girl and take off his trouser after luring him to a solitary spot in the school. The report also revealed that the suspect had enticed the survivor to the location on October 18, 2024, on the pretense that he intended to take him to a spelling bee, an art competition, where the monitor will earn money and possibly even travel abroad. Who requested to remain anonymous told Punch Metro on Sunday when he reached on Monday to inquire about the state government's effort to ensure school safety and its response to the incidents. Certain stated that the appropriate department had been notified and an investigation will begin. Officially, we are not aware of the incident. We are not unmindful that things like this happen in private and public schools. This is a serious matter. Mr. Aloma, this is a serious matter. How I begin to look at today, we have young boys, young girls going into lesbianism, gay. Even in this country, I was surprised when I had one. And somebody was asking me to disciple a young boy who had gone into this, and even at school, you see him trying to molest his mate in the past as one way or the other molested such a boy or such a girl. and telling them that you must not tell anybody. You tell anybody, this will happen to you. And you see these young boys, young girls keeping this to themselves and becoming used to it. It becomes a strong goal in their life that you see them practicing these arts. Mr. Aloma, over to you.
You know, definitely this is something that isn't supposed to be. So many things must have gone wrong. Like you mentioned, some of this molestation leads to the gayism and then the lesbianism that we are seeing on the internet everywhere. This one will say, I prefer to be with my fellow man. The lady also say, I prefer to be with my fellow lady. Teacher was also molested. Who knows where it also started from? There's always a starting point. I was sharing with someone some days ago that I remembered when we were much younger. I know a young man like that does something like that. But then I was a little bit younger, so I never considered it back then. So if it starts as little as that, if it is not curbed from that starting point, it becomes a grievous one later in the future.
Yeah, what step is the Lagos State government taking to address this matter?
Definitely, this particular matter, like the spokesperson said, it is the origin of their name, the school, and all of that. But to avoid all of these things, there are numerous things. You cannot know the in-depth of people's hearts. You cannot know the heart of man. That's why the Bible says the heart of man is desperately wicked. Who can know it? They don't bring out their heart and show you on the first day you are interviewing them or doing all of that. So the best solutions to curb all of these things, there are different mediums or different measures that can be put into place. A very good one is having surveillance cameras. If you have CCTV cameras around the school, it will even prevent such acts with the fears around us.
Thank you, Mr. Aloma. I still agree with you. And one thing that we have had over time in this kind of incidents is that those molesting younger ones usually put fear into them that you just cannot tell anyone. You tell anyone this is what happened to you. You tell anyone you will die. You tell anyone you will lose this benefit or that benefit. You must not open your mouth to discuss it with anyone. And I want to believe that the school should, like you said, create awareness. Not only creating awareness, be able to do something to remove that fear from the mind of the students so that they can have the confidence.
There should be this good rapport amidst possibly the guidance and counselor of the school. If a school has a guardian and counselor, it should have that good rapport that students can easily go there to report cases or whatever. There are some things that could be said amidst students and teacher, and that's where good communication comes in. Because it is not, I will look at it, it's not normal. We have that fear. Even it affects studies as well. When we talk about the fear between student and teacher, it affects the way the students assimilate. You notice that a teacher you fear or you hate, you tend to hate the subject as well. So it can affect the studies. So when there is this good relationship with that is going around that person's life, so professional counseling and therapy is needed. You need definitely to be, consistent with this person. Try to speak to this person and see the ways you can help the person recover from this. Because I tell you, until when one is into it or one has passed through it or one is a victim, you never can tell. That is why it is not even good to go into it at all. That's why it's good to look for good means or means to just avoid and just look away from it, because definitely it is not easier done, because it is always easier to undo something. It is usually are just joining us, this is Shiloh Broadcasting Service, and this is News and Views. And myself and Mr. Oluwafemi has been doing justice to the couple of news items we have on our decks today. We've talked about basically Winke, the Minister of Abuja FCT, who has given approval to the payment of the minimum wage 70,000 naira, and even to be paid in arrears as well. We've been talking about the issue of the sodomy case that happened in a school in Lagos, whereby a 22-year-old teacher molested a young boy right within the school, the confine of the school. And we've been talking about ways in which the government can come into place, also the schools as well, and also the society at large, how we can create awareness and then educate young ones about how to live a beautiful and wonderful world in as regard the issue of molestation, child abuses and violences within the confine of our society. So, Mr. Oluwafemi, you have something to say concerning the issue of the sodomy that we are seeing. This is not the first one, like we said earlier on. It has happened same this year, July. And then there was penalty for that. But yet, we still see such occurrences. And as you agree with me,
my friend, take it easy. Take it easy. And Paul was telling him, no, Oga Gamaliel. It was you that taught. As many of the Christians, these disciples of Jesus are cash. They must die. They must pay justice. I say, Gamaliel has discipled Saul, and Saul has become a child of hell 7 times than Gamaliel itself. One thing is, when you disciple someone, that person is to grow to become like you or become better than you. And that's the issue of this sodomy of a thing. But one thing I still don't, I want to see, I'm not saying. It is when it happens or somebody is caught that we have these incidents that we see it being mentioned again. When we are not seeing, it does not mean it's not happening.
it's not happening.
No propaganda, no campaign against this on news that you are practicing this. You that you are being molested, you are being by your teacher or this. If this is happening to you, this is a number, call this number. Report to your parents. If you cannot report to your parents, call this number and report that teacher. If you that are psychologically, down, and the government should help us.
I tell you, the trauma is something that
we have a lot of campaign on television, even on government public television stations. We have a lot of campaign promoting the government project, promoting the government contributions to this, to that, but this is an area that we are overlooking. I want to appeal that the government should look into this and try to ensure that there is a public enlightenment campaign.
As that they are not sufficient to sit with the number of students, both even in primary school, secondary school. So there are ways government can actually help. So many ways they can come into the picture as it is. One way they can come is unannounced inspections. Government can just come unannounced to inspect. They are so trying to sit up, trying to put this in place, trying to put that in place. But when government comes unannounced, definitely they know that this government has come unannounced and government can help. Like you also mentioned, awareness on TV stations, awareness on the media space, not until when it happens. It's an oversight by schools, by even our society, even at home. Some parents want to stay with are the same people molesting their child or their children. I've heard a scenario of a lady telling me that she and her mom were going out, and then the same neighbor in their house who used to molest her was seated close to them in the bus, and then the mother was telling, oh yeah, let this uncle lap you. And then the girl was saying, no, you should not lap her, this and that. You see, all of these scenarios, parents should pay close attention to them.
there should be an awareness of the consequences of such legal consequence of such effect. What do you think is the legal consequence for this kind of an offense?
Well, it's not far-fetched. Like we can who was involved in such act. Could be life imprisonment, could be long years imprisonment, depending on how the court sees it and how the issue goes. Because definitely the court is
And destroying their future by one person or the other. And what do you think? What responsibility does school bear in this case, in terms of responsibility?
well, this school in question basically, I would say they had. I won't say they've done it the right way. Despite the fact they are trying to brand themselves, they are trying to protect their names. But if we are to look at this thing critically, we see that they try to hide it. They try to conceal it. And this can have gross implication as regards this school.
To point out that a secondary school certificate holder, that the result is having is his own. Somebody was just telling me just yesterday, he was trying to write WAEC. Somebody came to his side and told him, "Oh yeah, begin to write down. Number 1, A. Number 2, B. Number 3, C." And everybody these days are looking for miracle center. Do you know some parents withdrew their children from schools that are godly because they will not participate in such a thing, and they will want to take them to a center where they will be allowed to cheat as much as they are because it will be paid for. You see, a lot of things. I just chip in this, that there are things that are not, the country is not making noise about, and shouting the consequences of such heart, that even the
This is still Shiloh Broadcasting Service. We have been having a couple of beautiful news content that we have been discussing, myself and Mr. Oluwafemi. And this is News and Views, where we talk about news highlights that we get from all of these well-recognized newspaper and also broadcast service. We talked about Winke approving the minimum wage of 70,000 and also ready to pay even in arrears. We also talked about the issue of the sodomy that happened in a school in Lagos, whereby a 22-year-old teacher was involved, and then one of the students was molested in the school, telling the young man to act like a girl. You know, that kind of scenario. We also talked about how we also read a headline about the outcome of Nigerians' match yesterday, although the team still sits comfortable well on the Group D table, and then a loss on the Super Eagles side is not really anything anyone is wanting to discuss about. But basically, we must say give kudos to our players. They are still doing well, although it was not the best of outing yesterday. But yet, sitting on the table with 11 points, 3 wins, 2 draws, and then a loss. It's not bad when we talk about the Super Eagles team. Remember that the same team we have Libya sitting with 5 points on that same group. So it is a very good one for our boys when we talk about this outing. And then they are still well seated on the table, although we don't want them to be like average and on and off. And we are tired of this one goal after one goal we relax, or 2 goals. It is not the best.
Mr. Loma, sorry, let me just. My observation with Nigerian players is whenever we score a goal, if you see Nigerian player playing well, immediately we score a goal, the next thing I do see is the tactics, the energy. I see them beginning to relax. In most cases, I hardly see Nigeria scoring 3 goals, 4 goals.
You know what I would say concerning that? Basically, it is something we want to talk about. But after this short break, we'll definitely talk more about what Oluwafemi has to say about this. For that sincerely. And we were talking about the Super Eagles. Their outing wasn't the best yesterday, but I tell you, our boys are still up to the task. And we are believing that they'll come out victorious in this. This cup, because basically I see our guys doing well in their various clubs, and I see no reason why they should not put in the best. You know, when we are even talking about our players presently, we have the likes of Ademola Lukman. He's still among the shortlisted CAF Award nominees, among the latest 5 nominees that has been shortlisted. Although Chus Ekong is out, Nwambali is still among the young men who are also going to be possibly coming out victorious when we talk about the rating of players. So I see no reason why we shouldn't win this particular cup. But we saw a comment from Oluwafemi, also Augustine Oluwafemi, who also commented and said, although we played well, but we did not play up to our standard. We did not play as much as